Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order.
Okay, second.
Oh, wait, a second? Yep. And I'm gonna-
Start a recording.
We're waiting for the recording to be turned off.
So I just wanted you to think that was it.
I have 7 o'clock evening, is that what everyone has? I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7, and you're ready. I'm set too. Would you like us to lead the pledge today? Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Well, you look so professional.
Oh, years of Girl
We're
Scouting.
wearing a New York Giant sweatshirt. I don't know if we can.
Easy. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much for coming this evening. And we are going to start out with public comment. So whoever signed up, there's 5 sign-ups, okay? Come on down.
All right, everybody, I've got notes tonight, so I can stay.
Yes. All set?
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, 1 minute. The recorder's it's not going yet, right?
Apparently not. Hold on.
I'm sorry, just give
Just a second.
This is a new system, so we're trying to make it work.
Sure.
You might have to just go on and go with the,
I'll have to record it. I just.
because it's being recorded, right? And we've got the, okay, we're gonna go ahead and start.
All right,
Yes.
start my timer. Erica Lowry, 18 Lancaster Drive. I'm here tonight in support of Director Matlin and the work that she's been doing for the library. We have not had a whole lot of program updates or a treasure update or anything like that in months. But as we've heard repeatedly from public comment, Kate Burbidge has done a phenomenal job of bringing statistics and hard evidence into public comment as well. The library is thriving under Erin's leadership. The staff have been guided and coached and supported through what has been honestly a very anxiety-provoking time. And I would very publicly like to make sure she hears somebody say that to her tonight, that she has been doing a phenomenal job, and it shows, and we are all here for that. With Erin's review tonight, I have concerns about how professional and fair it is going to be, for a lot of reasons, because the tone with which you have addressed her, particularly you, Liz, and you, Jan, has not been professional, has not been fair, has not been respectful. I'm thinking about some emails that I've seen where, for example, Liz, on July 21st, you told her in an email, you do not have the authority to make unilateral decisions, while you were simultaneously yourself making unilateral decisions for the board, which is not authority that you have either. You told her on September 15th that, quote, we do not take direction from you, when Erin made a very reasonable assumption about which paperwork would be used for her review, since the new paperwork hadn't even been brought to a Board of Trustee meeting yet at that point in time, let alone approved. And she said, these are the forms we will use. Not because she was trying to tell you what to do. On a surface reading that email, she was simply using what she assumed, rightfully so, would be the terms. Jan, on July 31st, suggested in an email to you, Liz, that Erin was doing things, quote, so we can have drama, unquote. None of that shows good faith, none of that shows goodwill. This is why people come here anxious and worried and scared and defensive and mad. Even last week, in the middle of the meeting, when discussing the director's job description, you said, Liz, that you were worried about her having time for continuing ed and things like that because you were afraid she would spend, quote, half the week off campus. Most of her comp time at this point, I'm pretty sure, is spent in these meetings, which she doesn't have a choice about attending. Your time management is part of the reason why Erin has no comp time to begin with, let alone being able to keep up to date on her professional qualifications and making sure the library is where it's supposed to be at. I want this board to be able to do the job that we elected you all to do, which is to collaborate with the director, to be able to make the library continue to function as beautifully and wonderfully as it has been. We are all here for that reason. Please, as you're reviewing Erin this evening, set aside your petty prejudices and your assumptions about how she thinks of you or wants to interact with you, and look at the work that she has done for our community and for our town and for her staff, and realize that she is an incredible resource, and we would all be devastated if we lost her. Thank you.
Megan Donovan, 45 Chase Road. I'm a lifelong resident of Londonderry and proud employee of the Leach Library for the past 20 years. Over that time, I've seen many changes, but the past 4 years under Erin Matlin have truly been a breath of fresh air. Erin has expanded services in meaningful ways while staying within the bottom line of the budget. She has inherited the long-standing and acceptable practice of occasionally overspending individual budget lines while ensuring that the overall budget remains balanced. She has managed this responsibility, never exceeding the bottom line, and has actively sought and secured grants to bring in additional resources without the added cost to taxpayers. She is also working on right-sizing the budget to reflect the library's current and future needs more accurately, making sure that the resources are allocated where they will do the most good. She oversaw the installation of the handicap-accessible doors, has worked to create a dedicated veterans parking spot, and has prioritized accessibility so that all members of our community may feel welcome at the library. She also led the drive to join GMILK's consortium, giving our patrons access to a much wider network of materials and opportunities. In addition, she has strengthened partnerships within other town departments, expanding the reach of the library services and connecting more with residents. She encourages their staff to do the same, always looking for new ways to serve the community together. One of the qualities I admire most is that Erin is always ready to jump in and help. Her very first question is always, how can I help? That spirit of service and teamwork has made our library a better place to work and a better place for the people of Londonderry. From an employee's perspective, she is supportive, thoughtful, is a supportive, thoughtful leader who values staff input and helps us serve the public at the highest level. From a resident perspective, I see her commitment to the town every single day. Her leadership has strengthened the library, lifted up the staff, and expanded opportunities for everyone in Londonderry. Erin Matlin is a dedicated, capable, and visionary director. She is an incredible asset to Londonderry, and I strongly urge you to recognize the value she brings and to support her continued leadership of our library. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Kate Rivers, 21 Kelly Road. Erin's review is tonight, and as such, I wanted to praise her for her good work this year using facts and figures. For fiscal year 2025, the Leach Library was under budget by $37,430, returning 2.5% of the overall budget back to the town, which goes into the undesignated fund balance. This percentage is higher than what fire, police, and the town council returned this year to the town. In reviewing the past 3 years, the Leach Library has always returned money back to the town, and if the current financial forecast stays on track based on what I saw over there, it's projected to be under budget by about 4%. This demonstrates fiscal responsibility and a keen understanding towards the community's concerns about budgets. Erin has demonstrated strong leadership in program management skills based on the most recent data on the library site regarding programming. Erin and her team were able to increase summer reading participation by 587% and total program attendance by 111%, while decreasing expenses for programming by 36% compared to the prior year, which is an incredible feat. Erin is beloved by the community, with many members speaking up about how important she is to the Leach Library. One community member said, thanks to the amazing leadership of Erin, programming has expanded, our catalog now includes membership in GMILKs, and enthusiasm for our public library has exploded. We love Erin's vision for Leach. Erin is doing wonderful things at the library, and not only does Erin run the library effectively, she has created a positive and inspiring culture among staff. This isn't something that just anyone can do. Erin's leadership sets an example for libraries everywhere. Erin's strong service management, leadership, community engagement, staff support, and financial responsibility earn her, in my opinion, the highest marks and merit increase available based on the aforementioned quantitative and qualitative data. Thank you.
All right, hello, Megan Thompson, 2 Severance Drive. I'm also here tonight to express my support for Erin.
She's done an amazing job and leads a top-notch team. This time last year, the library was managing its transition to GMILKs, and so far in 2025, Leach Library patrons have been able to check out more than 4,500 items from other libraries in our area. That's an amazing value that the library provides to our community, and just one example of how the team here manages an excellent public service institution and community space. That's what a library is, a public good and a key component of a thriving community. Some members of this board have suggested running the library like a business. A library is not a business, it is a public service. It's concerning not only to hear trustees talk about turning the public good into a for-profit enterprise, but also to see that these same board members are unable to apply basic business practices to the work they do as trustees. An example of that would be last week's job description debacle. The job description draft showed a lack of understanding of how an executive or library director should be treated. Instead of being given latitude to use her expertise, this board wants our director to be micromanaged to the nth degree. It seems that one of the reasons that the board struggled to update the library director's job description is because they don't understand what the library director does. An easy way to work on building this understanding would be to ensure that the director's reports are a regular part of trustee meetings. These reports cover library meetings, staffing updates, programs, and statistics. The director's reports are often on the agenda for trustee meetings, but routinely abandoned due to the length of meetings. If the trustees had been listening to these reports, they would have known that the library director is not off campus for half a week, as was suggested during last week's meeting. Going forward, I suggest the board should discuss these reports at all meetings. To reiterate, our library is an important part of the community, and as a taxpayer and a regular library user, I want to see our trustees support Erin and her team.
And was that 5 now?
Is that it?
That was it? Okay.
Anybody else?
Okay. We're going to go into old business. And I've had a proposal from a couple of trustees, so we're going to discuss this and vote on it, okay? They would like to defer the discussion and approval of the director's new job description in for future use. And also the second thing, the director's new review for future use. They would like to postpone it to a second meeting this month, which would be on the 8th. No, yeah, that's the 8th, I believe, yep. Next Wednesday. And one of the reasons we want to do that too is because the lawyer has now presented us back with bylaws and with the her recommendations for the personnel policy. So at the same time of doing that, what we could do is do the bylaws and personnel policy first to make sure that there's no inconsistencies with Erin's review or her job description. So I'd like to take a roll call, vote. Yes.
Is the room here available?
I have, yes it is. It's right, I know I signed it up, yep, it is, it's already reserved. I need to know from the board who would be available for a Wednesday night meeting next week.
What time?
It would be, I could do it at 6 or 7, whatever you if you want to make it at 7, we'll do it at 7, because that's what people are used to going to at 7 o'clock. So I'm opening it up for discussion and for a vote.
Would
yes,
I be present at that meeting?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I can do 6 or 7, either or.
You can do 6 or 7, yes.
If we go with 7, I'm going to ask for like a hard stop of 9:30 or something.
Okay.
Or I'd rather start at 6 because I rearranged everything for my life for tomorrow because I thought I'd be here super late.
Oh yeah.
So if we're going to do another meeting next week, so that's 3 weeks in a row.
And I'm hoping tonight won't be so super late
Okay,
if we
and
take all
I
it
get
off.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just asking if we
Yeah.
could, as a group, discuss
I mean,
that.
first
Got a
of
hard
all,
stop
why don't we
anyway.
go with the 6 o'clock? Let's by a show of hands, who could make it 6 o'clock? I think we'd all prefer to do it easier, earlier, right? Erin, do you think that the rooms, I know I had booked 7, you think it'll be available at 6? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. You've spoken.
Back up.
Okay, great.
So-
Okay, then my proposal is, yes,
So
okay.
is it only the job description and the evaluation that we're discussing? Those are
And-
the only.
And Hannah's recommendation, the bylaws and the personnel.
I'm
Make-
gonna ask for a hard stop at 8:30,
Okay,
if at all possible.
start at 6, whatever we
8:30.
get done till 8:30, we're done. Okay?
Please.
And there's a lot of pre-things we can do, which I will suggest after, okay? But there's
Thank you.
pre-things we can do, yeah.
Would the information from the lawyer be available to everybody prior to that
Everyone
meeting?
will have a copy. You'll have a copy of all her red line and everything. You'll have that in the next 2 days. I'm gonna
Okay,
send
I
it
would,
out to
I would,
everyone.
yeah, I was just gonna ask if I could not get it on the day of the meeting.
No.
Yeah.
It's very challenging to
Yeah.
receive documents that we need to
Yeah.
print and have prepared for the day of the meeting. And
I will
and this
run
way it gives
in-
people time to review.
I'll get everything out to everyone tomorrow.
Thank
okay?
you.
That'd be great.
Liz,
Do
just
that.
make sure it doesn't violate any attorney-client privilege information. I don't know what's on there.
Yeah, I don't, Maura, you've observed it with me. I didn't see anything that would,
It's probably fine.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you, we're all elected officials, we're all trustees, that's who's gonna be seeing it, plus the director. So as far as, I'm not gonna put it on the web right now. I'm gonna send you.
I just didn't know if there were going to be copies made for public view or not. That's why I wanted to mention.
Once we look at it, probably not,
Okay.
okay? Because it's the lawyer's
Right,
response back to the library.
yep.
And Erin is one of her, yes, go ahead.
So will we be doing the meeting under deliberations for 91A as far as a non-public session?
Well, I'm telling you, I don't think it's 91A because we're not talking about any person. We're talking about roles. So,
But-
do you think it
It doesn't
should,
meet the qualifications.
does anyone have any comment? Do you have a comment further of why it
Well,
should
my
be?
concern is that what we're gonna be discussing is if in fact, I haven't seen the documents either, so I can't
Yeah.
refer to the lawyer's document, but, you know, if there's any mention about, that reflects on the job description for the director and the bylaws wouldn't be, but, you know, if there's any specific things that are included that might in fact be directly.
Yeah, in fact, the bylaws, she just said that there was, other than, she said that the intent and the bylaws are fine and it doesn't need to be changed. So, but the personnel policy does have stuff that need to be changed, okay? Which again, you're not just addressing a person, you're just a policy. Donna?
So prior to next week's meeting, will somebody be drafting a new personnel policy document that has all of the reflections from legal?
That's the
that
next
will be
step.
posted to the public?
Okay, the next step is that, first of all, we're gonna determine if we're gonna do this, okay? And, I don't think we all wanna read we're all gonna get a copy of of her document, okay? My suggestion, if there's a couple of trustees who wanna just together incorporate, and then we would send it out to the board to make sure that they feel that it meets all the intent that was said. Okay, so basically we're taking her terminology in her policy and put it in place of what we had put in.
Right, so I'm asking on behalf of the public, will the public be able to see a draft before the next meeting?
Yes, but it may not be until Monday, okay, depending on how fast we can turn this around. But by Monday, it'll be posted Monday morning for the meeting on Wednesday, okay?
Okay.
Is that okay with you? Yep, Erin?
Can I just ask when the agenda will be available, because I have to leave early on Friday due to the senior expo.
Okay.
So I just wanna make sure the agenda will be posted, or when will be sent, so I can make sure it gets posted.
I'll have the agenda made by tomorrow for you.
Okay.
But I can't have we won't have the whole packet together.
That's fine, I just wanna make sure if I can get the agenda
I
up,
will
that
have
would
the
be fine
agenda
with
to
me.
you by,
Yep.
before the end of the day tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay?
that's fine, thank you.
Okay, yes. Any other discussion? Okay, then do we wanna take a vote? First, the vote is that we would be coming in Wednesday, and those are the 4 things we would be doing, okay? And then we can discuss if we want a subcommittee to put it together, so, and everyone will have a copy of the original and of the updated from the lawyer, and then the complete one that we've now put together, okay? Jan?
So my question, could you restate the 4 things that you're talking
Yes,
about?
we are talking about last week we drew up a new job description for the director. We also drew up a new job review for the new director. Okay, so therefore, starting, once we've accepted these, then there'll be, Erin's got almost a full year, 11 months plus, to, to know what the expectations are, which I think is fair.
Yep.
Okay, in a minute, I'm not done this one yet, okay? Okay, so those are the first 2 things. The third one is we're taking the bylaws and basically going to the way we have drafted it, basically put that forward, because she has not, she said she wouldn't change, there's nothing she would change, in it, okay? And then the 4th thing is, it'll be hopefully we have a subcommittee put together the compilation of her revised one, okay, to the old one, and that one will be the 4th document. There'll be 4 documents we look at. Okay? Yes, Donna?
I just have a question regarding the FY27 budget. Is your intent to vote on a draft of that tonight, or would you also be discussing that next week?
No, we will not. The draft is, the budget's gonna be separate, because we need to look at what we did and you guys did. We gotta talk about it first, and then we're gonna have a meeting, a subcommittee, a committee meeting on the budget on a later date. Okay? Yes, Jan?
Would it not be possible for us to include, if we have a hard stop, that we include the fiscal year 27, at least summary information?
We should start it, yeah. That's a great idea. So our hard stop, we agreed, we start at 6 and end at 8:30, was that our agreement? Okay, well, this is it, that's written in stone. We gotta get through those 4 documents, and then, time permitting, we'll start, working on, together with the budget, okay? Right.
Vote.
Now, any questions more before we go? Okay, I guess I want a roll call, just, and ladies, you let me know if you're available, okay? But I need a roll call to find.
Do we need to make a motion to have this meeting?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we have this meeting next week and that we talk about those 4 things. The 2 things we're putting off from this agenda and the 2 things that Hannah has updated.
And possibly part of the budget.
And possibly part of the budget.
Thank you.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, Nancy?
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jan McLaughlin, yes.
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Okay, that's the plan then. The next question then is, would it be easy for does anyone, a couple of people just sit together and just compile what Hannah's given us?
I volunteer.
Okay, anyone else?
I'll work with
Okay,
her.
Jan and Nancy. Okay, if you need someone else, let me know, but it's gonna be really simple. Erin?
Can I just ask to have your guys, you talked about that you have a sample budget or a recommended budget. Can that be sent to Donna and I to review before that meeting?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, she's got something
If you meet this
and
weekend,
then
I might be
you
able
might
to-
wanna,
Okay.
also, if you have anything to send us,
It's in the packet, but I'll email it
Oh,
after
good.
this meeting,
Okay,
so that you
good.
have an electronic
Great,
copy.
so that'll move along the meeting too.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. Alan, I'm sorry. did
No,
you-
I just said to Nancy, if they're gonna talk this weekend, I might be able to help.
Oh, okay, good, yeah, but it's gonna be easy, there's not a lot of changes,
I can be
okay?
available this weekend pending puppies, but,
Puppies.
I like puppies.
I want puppies.
We can go to your house then.
Well, they're not at my house. I have to travel to be the puppy.
okay.
Okay, so we have deferred
Sorry,
A
Liz.
and B, okay?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Instead of
I mean-
having 2 separate documents of the old and the new, can we just have a red line of it?
Yeah, we could, however they
Ju-
wanna set it up, if they wanna just redline it,
Yeah, I think
sure.
it would just be easier to
That
see
way
what was
they can
taken
see
out and what
what's
was new,
changed.
correct.
Yeah, okay. Is that work doable, Jan?
I think it's doable.
Okay, good, all right. This should be really quick. Petty cash, I guess the question was, guess I didn't, I don't know. You want to talk about petty cash, Erin, because you had introduced that.
I did not ask to put that on the agenda, so I don't know.
No, you didn't, yeah.
So I don't know what I'm
Well,
supposed to
I
talk about.
I just knew you were having a problem with money and petty cash and didn't know what to do with it, and we directed that you should continue whatever the process was prior to the, to thinking of changing the bank, okay?
That wasn't.
No, that
No.
wasn't petty cash.
Okay.
No, that didn't have anything to do with petty cash.
Okay, would you explain it?
Well, I can explain about petty cash.
Yeah.
Let me go to E. I'd like to go to E, which
Okay,
is the
do
update on
E.
the banking.
Oh, yeah, do
Okay.
that first, yeah.
So, in discussions with Keith, I don't remember what his
Keith,
last name
yeah.
is, from TD Bank, it's anticipated that Friday morning that we will sign the information for the 2 new accounts and open the 2 new accounts at TD. There will be a book account, an interest-bearing book account, and there'll be an interest-bearing trustee account. It'll be labeled Town of Londonderry, Leach Library, book account, and then Town of Londonderry, Leach Library, trustee operating or trustee account. I don't know how he's going to finally do it, but he's proposed a couple different things. And that once those documents are signed on Friday, we can transfer the bulk of the money, leaving money to cover any checks that have been written to the new accounts, and then they'll be ready to roll right after that.
Okay, great. Donna?
Erin had told me from last week's meeting that you all gave the okay for us to still be depositing funds into the Citizens
Mhm.
Bank account. I just wanted to make sure that was still the same, or you did want us to
No,
pause
that's
after
fine.
February. Okay.
Yeah, we
Perfect.
still have currently an open account, and there will be an open
Right.
account for a short while.
Okay.
And so you can continue your business right now.
Okay. And
Okay.
then for TD, when we move that way,
St. Mary's. Oh no, TD. Sorry, my bad.
TD.
My bad.
TD, yeah.
that's
Sorry. So many things.
with the Town of Londonderry being on the account, will they still accept checks written just to the Leach Library? Because that's generally what we ask people to write a check out to.
I don't think.
Yes, I do believe it'll be the same, because technically, the current account at Citizens is also labeled Town of Londonderry Leach Library, book account.
I thought that it was just Leach Library,
Yeah, could you
but
double
as long
check
as
that?
they'll accept checks, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think and I'm not sure, but I think the Town of Londonderry is the EIN, and
Right,
then
it's theirs.
the organization is Leach Library. So the EIN is just to cover, coverage, just to cover.
Right.
But it's the business agent
But I will,
is the
I'll
town.
definitely check.
Yeah,
Thank you.
she'll check that though, okay? So yeah, you'll still continue for the next few weeks through, you'll have money in both accounts.
We
Okay.
probably will keep it for 30 days, as kind of a typical was 30 days.
Yeah,
I
No,
don't
it's-
imagine we'll spend half the money out of either account in 30 days.
my question to you is that, does that now will include all the trustee funds being moved and everything?
Yes.
Yes.
The money will be moved,
Yeah,
but we will leave enough to cover any checks that are outstanding.
yeah, okay. But it's not just the library, thing, but it's also the trustee funds too, right?
Both accounts.
Yes,
Yeah,
both
the book
accounts.
account
Good.
and the trustee account.
Okay, perfect, okay, yes.
So once this bank account is open, will we look forward to a complete treasurer's report?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Well, I'm just asking
No,
because we haven't
yeah,
had one since
you
April.
know what, it's gonna take about 30 to 45 days to get all the money moved.
Oh, no, I
within-
understand that,
But within the next 2 months.
Okay,
it
I'm
was-
just asking because it's been
Definitely,
months since
we're
we've
gonna
had a
start
treasurer's
getting that
report.
regularly on
And-
the budget,
and
on the report now.
We've taken heat over the months for not having it on the agenda from some of our, very
Yeah.
dedicated people that come for visits, so I'm just, wanting to make sure we get a complete treasurer's report.
We're gonna start doing our due diligence, I guarantee you. Okay,
Thank
Nancy?
you. Thank you.
I think it's very important too. I think we all agree with that. Yes, Laura?
So we met with the auditor, and the auditor had a complete set of treasurer's reports for the last fiscal year, which would include up to the June 30th.
We haven't had one since April at this board meeting, correct?
No, that's not what I said. I said when we went to the
No,
audit.
I understand what you said, Moira, but I'm saying in a public forum, we haven't had a treasurer's report since
No,
April.
we have not. You're correct, and that will start being
Right.
added in. And I'm saying it's 6 to 8 weeks
Right.
before we'll be able to do it, but then we're gonna do it.
And
right
thank
away.
you for meeting with the auditors. It would have been nice to know that you were doing that, because I might have had some questions for them. But I'm looking forward to the documents that you sent us, so thank you for that.
I didn't send any documents out for you.
Somebody did, so, anyway, thank you.
Erin, did you have something? Oh, I thought I saw you.
Well, I just wanted to say regarding the auditor having the treasurer's reports, I did send the last one that we did, that has not been brought to this meeting, to the finance department and the auditor, and I explained that that had not been approved by the board yet, but I wanted them to have it just in case.
Yeah.
But they know that that is a draft.
To move the process along.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah, okay. Okay, so, okay, we talked about the banking. Now you had, you want to talk about the checks and the cash handling, you said?
Well, I think the checks and the cash handling that was discussed the last meeting.
It's all set?
Was, that was because that were hanging
they
into
can-
they were
yes.
hanging into, in an envelope, you
Yes.
know, in the zippered envelope, and Aaron was rightfully concerned that they were coming out of there.
Yeah, and you sent it to
So,
me.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
deposit that.
Now we're back on track with that, so.
As soon as we make the
Okay.
deposit.
They're already gone.
Okay, and FY '27 budget, I know we're going to start discussion, or we're gonna have discussions on that at the next meeting on next Wednesday, and yes,
I can give you kind of a
An update.
couple of updates.
We would love that.
If I can do it without knocking off the cue of your program here.
oh, yeah.
But some of the things that have happened is we've requested additional lines in the budget for separating out management services to programs, supplies, and programs for adults and programs for children. They'll all have their own lines in the budget. G-Milks will be separated out from the dues and subscriptions, so it'll be very easy to, in fact, be able to see where G-Milks is and what has been designated for G-Milks. And under the book account, the electronic things like databases, if databases are in there, and electronic items has also been separated out. So we'll no longer say, just books, it'll be books, but there'll also be a subcategory for
And will like
electronic
magazines, subscriptions and stuff be separate, or what? Will that still go under book?
That'll still be under books, but
Okay.
so print material will be one. Well, it'll be books,
One's
but
printed, one's data.
right.
Right? Okay, good, good.
So one's electronic.
We're electronic, yeah, okay. The other thing I was gonna ask you, I know you broke out programs, should it be into 3 groups? Because you've got the children's, the teens, and the adults, and they're kind of a separate budgets, aren't they?
I can check with
No.
Justin. Should be all right if you want to do
Erin?
it.
May I didn't want to interrupt if Jan, you're
No.
still speaking.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the sheets that I gave you in your packet, keep in mind, do not be alarmed. This is just a
suggestion.
proposed budget.
Yeah.
That Donna and I worked on this. This is a budget that's realistic to real spending. So we're talking about right sizing the budget. That's what this is. It's a lot, but it's reality. So I understand that there will be cuts. I am concerned about that, but I understand it. So when Jan spoke of the additional lines, those are represented on these sheets. I got the account numbers and everything from Justin, so those are represented here, and the money has been separated along with any requests that we have associated with those.
Okay.
So
yeah.
the only thing I just wanted to also explain about this sheet, it talks about obviously the account number, the account name, which is all taken off of the software from finance. I did also add a column for account use so that people have an understanding of what's being spent out of that budget. Then there's my our FY27 request. Notes related to the request, for example, if it stayed the same as last year, or if it's going up and maybe reason why, or if it went down, reason why. Also, what we received in FY26 for that line item, that's going to be a little weird because we're separating out those lines, so that's going to be a little awkward, but I think next year it'll be much easier to understand. And then also what we spent in fiscal 25 out of those lines. Again, that's going to be a little weird because we're separating those lines. So I think those lines that we pulled out, kind of for those 2 columns might be a little, we might have to kind of skip it just because we know that those are kind of awkwardly been removed. And then there's also notes related to spending and in FY25, why we went over or why we went under. There is 2 highlighted numbers on this request. Those 2 highlighted numbers are numbers that we need to get from Justin, and they don't have them yet. So I don't think it's a huge amount difference. It's all related to either life insurance or workers' comp benefits. And then we also had a point to that removing the programming from the management services, could be a problem if we went into default. Those lines would go away, and we wouldn't have any money in those lines. So something to think about.
We're not going into default.
Right, exactly. But something that the board should be aware of, that if that were to happen, those lines would not exist.
We would have, no.
And we would have to make adjustments or decide to cut. And certainly, Donna, if you want to add to that, that's certainly
Yeah, I wanted to add that it's programming Gmails because that's a new line. And what's the last line? Oh, the digital.
The digital.
Yep.
Yes,
so
yeah.
if we went into default, you'd be losing all 3 of those at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that's understandable.
I-
We don't have a lot of control over that.
I know, but I would suggest that instead of doing all the changes in 1 year, that you do 1 change at a time, so that you're not risking all of that money at once.
And that
Because
loss.
the library is going to be a totally different place if you don't have those 3 budget lines. So that's just my suggestion.
And certainly you can talk to Justin about that if you want confirmation. That was what I believe he told us. So
The numbers are different than what he gave me, but hold on.
Okay, well, this is an opening volley, okay?
I know
So-
we're potentially discussing.
no,
I just
I
wanted
appreciate
to,
all the
as
work
you
you've
look
done.
over the documents, what
Yeah.
you're looking at. That's
Thank you
all.
so much.
I appreciate you've done that you guys did a lot of work on that, and I really love the new scheme that you've set up, the
Thank you.
scheme of the
And then it's actually
situation.
in a font that we can read.
Yeah,
I tried.
and I hate to
That must be
have to
giant.
defer any of those things, so we'll have to discuss it.
Yeah, there is a huge risk if we get out of Gmail, 'cause the cost is actually quite substantial.
No, we
So
realize that.
that's in the contract.
We've been just, yeah.
But if anybody has any questions
That's
on
in the
this, I'm going to
contract.
send it electronically tomorrow, but I just wanted to
Great.
make sure everybody had a
Okay,
hard
thank
copy.
you. Okay, so there's the plan going forward. There's the rest of tonight and tomorrow.
Did you talk about C or D on here?
I'm
Was that
sorry.
from you? We skipped down.
No, we'd already talked
Oh,
about
no, we just
Those
discussed
were,
that. Yeah,
um,
we just talked about that now.
Liz had entered those because of the discussion about the thing.
And we talked about the, just now, the checks and cash
Okay.
and handling and stuff. The banks are still open, both. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're now going into, do we have, I'm sorry, what?
The unanticipated funds, are there any?
Yeah, that's where I'm going into.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Not, no.
Nothing.
No.
Okay, well, that's quick. Wow. Okay. I'm looking at, we're going into non-public?
Can I just
Yeah, go
ask,
ahead.
we had some contracts that needed approval.
Oh, let's do that first.
It was kind of like a last minute ad, so
Yeah.
if the board, since they're having a meeting next week, if they wanna wait, I understand that just adds to the agenda, but if the board is okay to look, it's just the 2 contracts. One is our HVAC, which is,
Yeah.
we've used that
We used
before.
one, yeah.
And then one is our mobile citizen, which is for our hotspots that are checked out by patrons. They're part of our Library of Things collection. So I'll leave it up to you, Madam Chair, if you wanna discuss these,
I'd
but-
like to, I think that we're on a roll, and I know once we get into the non-public, it's gonna take a while,
Mhm.
but I'd like to go over and get at least some contracts
Mhm.
straightened out tonight. Does everyone agree with that?
That's fine.
Jan?
I should say, I make a motion that we take up these contracts.
Yes.
Before we do anything else.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jan McLaughlin, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Okay. You're on.
Oh.
Erin.
So I'll do maybe, I don't know which one's easier, but mobile citizen, it's used for our hotspots that get checked out by our patrons. We have 3 hotspots. This pays for the data plan. So it's $360, and that's for 1 year. Or 12 months,
Yeah.
if you want to put it that way.
Is this something we've been carrying all along,
We've had these for 2 years. 2 years.
and we're using the same vendor?
Yes. since the beginning.
Okay.
They actually have a special rate for, I think it's like government
For
agents, government,
municipalities or
yeah,
something,
so this
yeah.
this is that rate.
Okay,
with
Jan?
that.
Is this an increase in previous years as far as you've had 3 right along?
We've always had three items, yes.
Thank you.
3 hotspots, excuse me.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I would make a motion that we accept the contract for Mobile Citizen.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jan McLaughlin, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Thank you. The second one is E&E Systems of New England. These are our HVAC guys. As I've said before, the town hall, fire, and police all use them. I'm not sure if any other businesses in town use them, but I know all of our campus buildings use them. So this is just a renewal of the agreement that we have with them. The cost is $3,080, and this does cover some like annual maintenance, spring and fall. As far as like switching out the filters in the HVAC and all of that, which prior to this, when we came on board with them, prior to coming on board with them, we did not have a contract and we had no system for that. So this has made a big difference, I think, in just the units themselves, making sure that they're checked regularly. They're a great company as far as emergencies go. They're very quick to respond. And I know Dave Wally, our head of DPW or director of DPW, also has very good rapport with them as well. So
is this the first year contract that?
No.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's now is actually covering maintenance?
No, we had
Okay.
this contract at least for, I know we had it last year, we could have had it the year before, but we've been with them for at least maybe 2.5 or
My understanding
3 years.
is they're very responsive.
They're very good. And the workers, when they come in, they're very respectful and they clean up very well. I've had no issues with them at all. And they respect our, coming here when we can open, or when we open, or when I can get here. So.
How much percentage is the cost? Is it over the cost from last year to this year?
I'd have to look that up. Hold on, if you want to give me a second.
Sure.
Discuss amongst.
Yeah. Happy birthday to someone.
What else was
I don't know, but I figured someone's got a birthday.
This is true.
Yeah, somebody's.
It's not often I get to sing in public,
Maybe the
you know?
puppies will be born tonight.
Usually they try to gag me when I try to sing in public.
We'll let you.
If they are, I gotta give the puppies a run.
My husband's the first one to gag me.
My husband will do the same.
I can add a quick note about you,
Please do, Tom.
if you don't mind.
Go ahead, yeah.
I just wanted to say another positive about E&E has been that they have given us access to like a digital portal that we can set timing for the HVAC system to run, so it's actually saving us heat and electricity.
Yeah.
Because we can tell it when the building's unoccupied, so the temperature can drop lower. So that's been a really nice feature.
It's an example when we're here really late and you hear it turn off.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
On the way. As I sit next to her.
Yes,
this
exactly.
was just a curiosity, because every product or every service goes up every year. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think it did go up, the number, but I'm just trying to find where that is. And I apologize, I did not have it immediately.
Erin, if you don't feel that it's significant, we don't need to worry about it.
I mean, I think it's certainly not a ridiculous amount of money, but I can continue to look for it and hopefully get back to you.
I think we're fine.
Sorry.
We know that they're a good company,
Yeah.
and I think I couldn't even imagine trying to change to someone else and hope to get as good a service.
company every year. This is really
Yeah,
reasonable.
I know. Okay, did someone make the nomination yet? Go ahead.
Madam Chair, I would make a motion that we accept the contract for E&E Systems of New Hampshire.
Second by Jane. Roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jan McLaughlin, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Those are the only 2 contracts I have, Madam Chair.
Okay. Yes,
Madam Chair, I know we're kind of rolling along, but
Yeah.
Since there were at least 2 people, perhaps all 3, that spoke in the public comment about the director's report, perhaps Erin could just read through her report.
sure. Did you bring it with you since you never get to
It's
read
in the
it?
packet.
Oh, well,
It's in the packet.
I have to apologize. No, my director's report or my review?
Oh, your director's report.
Oh,
No,
so
we
the
want to.
director, none of our department reports are in this packet for right now. We
Okay.
had them in last week
Okay.
for the month, and then we just didn't have time to put them together in just a very short period of
That's
time. But we can have them for next week.
You know,
That's
would you
good.
like to just give us a short synopsis?
I could actually, I did want to talk about, thank you, Helen, I did
Yeah.
want to talk about this GMILKS
Okay, good.
data sheet, and I want to praise Megan for putting this together. I think this is really helpful as our first year of being in GMILKS, and as we start talking about the budget and how we can advocate for it. This is, since we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary in October for joining the consortium, this is just a representation of kind of those increases, I guess you can say in this case, from that. And would you mind if I invited Megan up to speak
No,
to it?
please do so, thank you.
Do you want to speak to it? I don't want to over-speak because we put it together.
absolutely.
I want to give you credit.
So basically I just broke it down into the total circulation for physical and digital. There's been a lot of talking, but I usually put it in my report as having the 2 categories separated anyway. So you just get to kind of see where we're at in the increase. We do have an additional digital database that came with GMILKS, which is amazing. You can see our library visitors, that's the number of people coming into the building. There was 4.4% increase, and the interlibrary loan was especially exciting for me. The bottom line is just the state interlibrary loans, the yellow. The green reflects the state interlibrary loans in addition to interlibrary loans from GMILKS, so the books that materials that we got from them too. So you can see there was a significant increase to our patrons on usage. And then the library usage is just the yellow is the number of patrons of ours that went to other GMILKS libraries and checked materials out, and the green is the number of patrons from other GMILKS libraries here that were able to check the materials out.
Great, thank you. That's really important information, I think, you know.
Thank you, Megan.
Jan?
I do remember that at the budget introductory meeting or wherever we were, sometime in August, the meeting was discussed about additional information that's available. So is it possible to get like the circulation increase, that we can get here's the number of items that were circulated from the GMILKS? You know,
The GMILKS specifically,
Yeah.
or just
so the increase in those items. So in other words, the number of patrons that have accessed GMILKS information, it's because this is the total circulation increase, but that doesn't break out where the GMILKS part is.
So per capita, do you want to know?
Well,
How
just-
many people were in?
Just
Yeah.
what the increase in it just specifically due to GMILKS.
And
Because
I
that
don't-
makes it easier
yeah.
to.
Does
to-
GMILKS actually track by hit?
yes, I have many spreadsheets that have all that information. So it was, I was picking and choosing some of the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and that's fine. This is
items.
great.
So
but,
I can definitely.
But I think that helps to
add-
say this
there's
is why
space to
we're
add
still
it
in
to
it.
that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
May I ask that if anybody has any reports, that please email Megan just so she has an understanding. If she has any questions, she can
Yeah.
then respond back.
I was going to
just so it's
suggest
clear.
we get, conversation with, get together, what do people want to know, and give it to you, you can tell us what you can supply.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Perfect.
space to add a couple more tables on there, so it is
Yeah.
adjustable.
Or a second page.
Or a second page.
Okay,
Thank you.
I wanted to know what the orange was.
Oh.
It's just a placeholder, so you get to see it was an even number.
Okay.
It's just a,
They're the older patrons.
it's just a visual representation
They're really
of the
tan.
percentage, so that
no, the
it's hard
yellow and
to
older, they're fading away.
Okay.
visualize the number of 70,000 versus
Yeah, we don't have
80,000.
0.75 people, I get it, yeah.
They rounded up to a whole person.
Okay, any questions?
That's good.
All right, I think we're ready to go into non-public. I am going to apologize to the audience ahead of time because this is gonna be a long one, okay? We have, a lot of, we have 2 positions that we're going to be filling tonight, selecting tonight, and there's quite a few applicants, okay? And for the library, so we're hoping to get those 2 selected tonight so we can get some staff up for you guys, okay?
So Madam Chair, can I just
Yeah.
ask a quick question? So for non-public, we're talking about those 2 open positions. I have a staff review and then it's my review. Is my review last or
Your
when
review
you-
will be last. So what
Okay,
we're
so
gonna do
just
is
so I can have Donna here to discuss
We're
the.
gonna do 2 positions now.
Okay, I just want to know when
Okay.
if Donna has to go cover.
And then we're gonna do your staff review,
Okay,
not your
Right,
personal,
right.
your staff.
yeah, I have
And
one
then
staff
after
member.
that, everyone steps out, the board is gonna do your review,
Okay.
and then we call you in.
Okay,
So
I just
that'll
didn't know
be
the order.
the last thing of the night
Okay.
will be that.
That's
okay?
fine, thank you.
Just so that you all know what and I'm anticipating that it's probably at least gonna be an hour and a half for all of that to happen. Hey, maybe it's quicker, or maybe it's longer. Yes, Jen.
So, when you say, about us picking the people,
No, I didn't say, we're
Just discussing, I think,
No,
discussing.
we're going to vote on her recommendation.
okay, so you have a recommendation for both positions?
Yeah.
Okay. That's-
She's already
I
done
was
the
just
interviews.
getting very confused about what
Yeah.
was being said, so,
No, we
okay.
have.
All right, thank
that's
you.
what
For clarifying,
that's-
thank you for
Thank you.
clarifying.
It wasn't just me.
Questions? Okay, then I guess that's how we're gonna proceed for the rest of the
But we have
evening.
to.
I make a motion
Yes.
that we go into non-public session.
Second.
Under what?
And
Pick some letters and
it's
numbers.
right, it's right here.
Under,
There's right here, RSA 91-A:3, comma, 11, B and C.
I would second that.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Okay, we have a motion being
We are
made.
recording, we are.
Madam
We're
Chair,
recording, yeah, we're
I'd like to
recording.
make a motion that at 10:36 PM, that we're gonna go into public session.
Second.
Roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jan McLaughlin, yes?
Beth Morocco, yes.
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Okay,
Jan?
I'd like to make a motion that we seal the minutes
Second.
for 5 years.
Second.
Non-public.
What's the time? Do you need to make the time on it?
10:30.
10:30.
Oh, okay.
She was so fast, it was 10:30.
roll call.
Nancy
Same
Hendricks, yes.
Helen
I'm sorry,
Palmieri,
who
yes.
seconded?
Nancy.
Nancy.
Sorry.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jan McLaughlin, yes?
Beth Morocco, yes.
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Okay, our next meeting, go ahead.
Go ahead, you have a statement, that's
No,
fine.
I was just making a statement. There will be, our next meeting is gonna be October 8th, thank you, which is next Wednesday here at 7 o'clock.
Six.
And-
Six.
I mean,
6
6 o'clock, with a hard quit at
8:30.
8:30, 6 to 8:30.
If not before.
Yeah.
If not
Okay, just
before, I
to
like
let you
that.
know. And there'll be an agenda going out tomorrow on that.
And in the interest of full disclosure, Jan and I, and possibly Helen, are going to be working on the personnel policy and bylaws too?
Yes,
Just
personnel policy.
Just personnel policy,
In light
over
of-
the weekend.
In light of the attorneys.
That's right.
Yeah, the
Correct.
attorney made no changes on the bylaws,
Okay.
so,
So
okay.
we're just gonna,
It'll
what
be
we're
on
gonna
our
do
working
is take
copy.
the
Yeah.
personnel policy, look at it, put it in a nice clean document so that we can have that next week. Did I say that correctly?
Yes,
Okay,
okay.
just so that
Oh,
everybody knows.
can I just, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead, no, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to, I don't have any non-public, no non-public minutes have been shared they're supposed to be shared 72 hours. I haven't seen any non-public meeting minutes in order to seal, to put in the cabinet. So we need to make sure that we do
I'm gonna
this.
give you the
Okay,
one last week, I
okay.
haven't.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure we're not leaving
Yeah.
any behind. I've lost track of our minute.
Great, thank you. Jan,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
would you like them you wanna just yell it
Do the
all
roll
out
call.
loud?
Oh, I'm sorry, can I ask one
Roll
question? So we
Roll
had
call.
Wait, one question?
non-public meeting minutes
From
that need to,
From last week.
right, but did we get a copy?
No, I haven't, I have to give them to her.
It's
Okay, but did we didn't get copies?
I haven't even, but I said to Jan tonight, would you like me to get those in to Erin? She said, that would be great, so I can give, and then I'll send them to you guys.
Okay.
Is that
all right.
okay?
Yep.
Okay, Nancy, roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Jim McLaughlin, yes?
Maura Ryan, yes.
Christine Fitzgerald, yes.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. Have a safe journey home.